Valentine nods a lot at the sign from Garber. Here's the 0-2. Hit hard out toward left field. Moving back is Reed. He's at the warning track looking over his head. It's gone! How do you do, Bradley Navarro? 0-2 crushing to left center field. His second homer of the year. It's 1-0 Riptide lead in the top of one on the first batter. Only has one walk. That was against the Riptide also. 0-2. Inside, but still swinging it in the dirt. Went fishing in the well and came up empty. Strikeout number 3 on the day for Jake Covey. And puts 2 down in a row. Coming out of the windup, raises the black glove up to his eyes. Oh well. Hammered toward right field. Navarro's going to have a long run to the corner. Looking at it, dives, it drops underneath his glove and rolls to the corner. Moving to second is Becker. He's hustling to third. Navarro finally getting the baseball. Now will throw it to the cutoff man, Lambden. And a late hold call at third from Scott Stanley, as Kyle Becker will slam on the brakes at the third base bag and get a 2-out triple for the Bombers. 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Jake Covey strikes out the side. Fishbo, Derflinger, Finelli, see you later. Third spot. 1-0 to him is laced down the third base line. It stays fair. Diving past Hawley. The ball will roll into the corner, and Crandall will move towards second. Picking it up and throwing it in is Veal toward the cutoff man and Mora. And Crandall, a stand-up double with 2 outs. First baseman will set at the belt. Closed pitching stance on the first base side of the rubber. Deep breath for him. Looks down toward Mora. 2-2. Fans him with the fastball. Bottom of the first. First pitch hit hard out toward right field. Moving back is Daniewicz. He looks up off the top of the fence. Coming around to score is Crandall. Now moving all the way from first. Getting on his horse to score is Camden Sauce. First bomber, 2-2. Curveball. Got him looking. Rings him up right down the heart of the plate. Bat stays on the shoulders. So bottom of one, still 0-0. Navarro coming up for the Riptide. The first time their bats will be shown today. Switch hitter in the righty side, climbs in a wide open stance. Looks on toward Huey. Coming out of the stretch, middle of the rubber. Lefty's first pitch of the day. He is down the heart for strike number 1. And I talked about how the Saints had a good batting average against the Riptide. Theirs is 307. On the other side, the lineup for today for the Riptide, 304 against the Saints. So we just have 2 teams that bat well against each other. Just a great day for baseball. 0-1 toward Navarro. Here's a curveball that just misses. Vasquez behind the plate tries to pull it to the outer black, but was not called. It'll be a 1-1 count. If you hear Vasquez's name and think, well, that sounds similar, it is, because he was on the Oaks previously this year, who the Riptide are in a battle with for first place or the first playoff spot, I should say. But now he's on the Saints. 1-1 to Navarro. Inside and low, not called. It'll be a 2-1 count. No outs, nobody on. Middle infield back against the grass. Corner is playing a little bit in front of it, especially Ryan at third base. He's about halfway between the bag and the outfield grass. Whe'll set, middle of the rubber, 2-1. It is hit hard out to short, a one-hopper. Great play by Enright. Spins, throws onto first. What a play by the shortstop. Caught a heater off the middle of his mitt. Turned all the way around, threw onto first, and Navarro sat down for out number 1.
A really tough play by Trotter Enright. Just scorched off the bat of Navarro. Spins and fires a nice throw to Medela for out number 1.
Wonder why he's an all-star. Take a video of that. And, well, you can just see immediately. It'll be Jake Evans up next, swarming into his righty box. Has been pretty hot since coming back from injury, batting .310 since then. One out, nobody on, 0-0, bottom 1 between the Riptide and Saints. Oh well, here's a curveball down the middle. Will be strike number 1. And Evans, a guy who normally doesn't strike out all that much, but had taken 50% of his strikeout total previously and added on to it. So he went from 6 strikeouts to 9 in one game. That was against the Saints in Arroyo. 0-1. Slid out toward right field. Williams is chasing and gets under it close to the foul line. It'll be a quick out number 2 for the Saints in the bottom of the first.
It was a nice job from the Saints to get the first 2 outs quickly, and up comes Carter Dans. And you were there yesterday when Carter Dans just sent one out of the ballpark, the home run leader for Orange County.
Yeah, he's at 4 so far this year. Dans is the only guy also to hit a ball to dead center and hit a home run. But, I mean, when we were at Arroyo Seco yesterday, we were out in BP, and everyone was hitting bombs. It was almost for sure that Reed Montgomery was going to hit one, and, well, he did. He seemed to hit 4 or 5 in a row out there. He is in the hole, not on deck. Johnson's on deck, Montgomery in the hole. So Riptide have a little bit to do with 2 outs here. Zip, zip, bottom of 1 against the Saints. Carter Dans will stride into his lefty box now. Square him around to Justin, get ready. Hui with 2 outs is feeling confident out there to start. First pitch is a curveball beneath the zone. It's going to be ball number 1.
2 outs on the board. The Riptide 2-out hitting has had a lot of success this summer. See what Carter Dans has to say.
Yeah, and he's also a guy that's had a whole lot of success. In the past 13 games, he's had extra base hits in 7 of them. 1-0. Is a changeup right down the gut for strike number 1. It'll be a 1-1 count with 2 outs and nobody on toward Dans. Against the Saints has had some success, batting .312 against them in 16 at-bats. A home run, a triple as well, 4 RBIs. So 2 of his 11 extra base hits has come against this Saints team. 1-1. Is a fastball which misses outside on the chalk line. So it'll be a 2-1 count toward the lefty Dans. He's a guy who extends the back chalk line in his batter's box, it seems. Always just pushing it further back. Swipes the foot here, and we'll look on toward Hui. 2-1. It is rolled over to second base. Freer charges, fields with the orange glove, pulls up and throws to first for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down for Nathan Hui in this bottom of 1. 0 runs, 0 hits, 0 errors, nobody left on base. Zip, zip, let's head to top of 2 between the Saints and the Riptide. The home half of the 5th inning, it's 2-0. The Saints are leading over the Riptide. It's win or go home in this wild card game. And right now, the Riptide aren't in a good spot. But you got Crandall, Salmon, and Sauce coming up to the plate. Righty-lefty, righty against Cody Turner, the left-hander who's looked strong today. And, man, if there's a part of this lineup to attack, this would be it. So he'll stride onto his third base side of the rubber and fire the first pitch. And miss just outside. So it'll be a 1-0 count to Crandall, who this year's batting .176. It's fallen off sharply. He was batting in the 300s for what felt like the first 5 or 6 games, and since then has struggled. 1-0. Misses with a changeup beneath the zone. So it'll be a 2-0 count toward Crandall, and I think the bat's going to stay on the shoulder for him until he does see a strike. Had a single back in the 2nd inning. That was the first hit of the day for the Riptide. 2-0. Is laced out toward right field. It's going to get down and roll toward the corner. Crandall's hustling for second, slams on the brakes, and will head back to first as Milto throws down right at second base. Crandall has his 2nd hit of the game. There you go.
What a game by Zach Crandall. You talked about his 2nd hit of the game. It's the 3rd inning in a row that the Riptide have had the leadoff guy on via a single. The problem is getting them around and scoring. It's a 2-0 ball game. No big deficit for the Riptide. We've seen them score in bunches a lot of times this summer, but you got to be able to advance the runners and get him home for the Riptide.
So now it's Jack Salmon in the lefty side. Looks on toward Turner, who's got a base runner now. Oh well. Misses in the righty box. Has Vasquez sliding all the way across to block it down. So it'll be a 1-0 count towards Salmon. Vasquez is a guy who's played against the Riptide twice, but in different jerseys so far this year. Turner 1-0. It's a fastball right down the middle. Hit toward the first baseman, gets past Medella's glove. Salmon's got a single as well now. And just as I say, this is the lineup you want to attack. The Riptide goes single to start this bottom of 5.
Nice job by Jack Salmon. That's 3 games in a row where he's got a hit. So nice job by Jack Salmon to just send one in a right field. Runners on first and second for Camden Saw stepping up, and no outs on the board.
So it's 2-0. The Saints still lead in this bottom of 5 as they all come together on the mound for a powwow. And Camden Sauce will take a few huge, hefty hacks right near his righty box before having a conversation with Grant Mayu, and the reason I said this is the time to attack if you're a Turner is because all three of the batters that were due up well below the Mendoza line. Crandall 176, Salmon 129, Sauce is in the 180s as well. And Turner, a guy who coming to this game a 3 ERA and a pretty solid whip as well, just above 1. He will now have 2 runners on with no outs in this bottom of 5. 2-0, the Saints lead over the Riptide. It's win or go home, and the Oaks are currently watching to see who they'll face in the South Finals. Turner looks back towards second, but brings the 0-0 to Sauce. And misses everybody. It runs to the backstop as Salmon will head towards second. Crandall will head toward third. And, well, now the Riptide have 2 runners in scoring position. And the tying run on second base.
Yeah, just like that, the wild pitch gets by the glove of Vasquez. Both runners advance on second and third, no outs. A really good opportunity for the Riptide to cash in here.
A fastball that just soared through the lefty box. It was a near miracle that Vasquez was able to get any sort of the leather on it before it hit the backstop. So now infield's all on the grass. Turner peers down toward Vasquez, and Sauce is just in the way in the righty box at this point. 1-0. His big swing and a miss from Sauce, straight over the top of the fastball. So it'll be a 1-1 count. I mentioned that Vasquez has played in 2 different jerseys against the Riptide. He played for the Oaks earlier this season. Now he's on the Saints, so a little bit of a switch up. Sauce hands high above his ear. We'll wave the black stick and get ready for his 1-1. Just misses outside with the fastball. Vasquez tried to pull it on into the black line, but it was not called by Michael Blanchard, so it'll be a 2-1 count with no outs and runners on second and third. Salmon takes a long, long lead from second. He's a good 40 feet off his bag. Crandall, much shorter lead at third. 2-1. It's another huge hack and a miss from Sauce, this time straight over the top of a breaking ball. Takes a long wander out of his box and will adjust the black batting gloves before spitting and finally climbing the long, tall stairs to get into his box after those big swings and misses. Hunsaker on deck. He's been extremely hot as of late. They'll have bases loaded if you can. Turner will step and deliver 2-2. It's called! Strike 3 on the outer third with the curveball. A huge punch out from Cody Turner gets the first out of this bottom of the 5th inning.
And huge is the perfect word to describe that. You got runners both in scoring position, second and third, no outs on the board. Comes back with the punch out to Camden. Sauce for out number 1. Nice job by Cody Turner.
5th strikeout of the day for the two-way player. Was a semifinalist in the home run derby, but today he's shoving out there on the mound. 1 out, man on second and third. Here's the first pitch to Hunsaker. It's a fastball in the wrong box on the righty side. So it'll be a 1-0 count. 2-0, the Saints lead over the Riptide. But runners on second and third could mean huge things with Hunsaker been really, really hot as of late. Turner sets at the belt. And now the 1-0. It's a curveball that misses along the righty chalk line. So it'll be a 2-0 count. And as I said, hot. In the first half of Hunsaker's starts, he was batting 151. Since then, in the second half, has been batting 396. Extra base hits in 4 out of the past 7, including a dinger. Here's the 2-0. Fastball right down the pipe for strike number 1. So that'll be a 2-1 count with 1 out and a runner on second and third. Salmon still taking a long lead at second. Talking with Enright at his shoulder, the shortstop. Crandall takes his lead off the third base pillow as well. Turner still looking down toward Vasquez. Finally nods at a sign. And will step back, wants to see it again. He was looking down a whole long time toward Vasquez to try to find what he would like and just couldn't figure it out. Still takes a while as Hunsaker digs in or back into the lefty box. No batting gloves for him. Would love to get the RBI. 2-1. A fastball inside finds a huge swing from Hunsaker. And it'll be a 2-2 count.
Big swing from Raleigh Hunsaker and down to his last strike. Cody Turner, if you can get this last strike here, that's huge. But Riptide trying to find a way to get on because you got Navarro in the on-deck circle.
Not a whole lot of passive swings right now from the Riptide. It really is extra base hit or bust, it seems. 2-2 is laced over the head of the second baseman Freer into right field. Easily coming across to score is Crandall. Moving to third is Salmon. And the Riptide, bottom four in the lineup, goes single, single, strikeout, RBI single. It's 2-1 in this bottom of 5. Riptide only down by 1 now, and the lineup flips over for Bradley Navarro.
Man, what a shot from Riley Hunsaker. Just scorches it over the head of Jacob Freer over there at second. Goes in on right field. Zach Crandall easily scores from third, and they cut the Saints lead in half. You got the top of the lineup coming up, and still just 1 out on the board. Overall, a nice job by Riley Hunsaker.
The man, the myth, the legend right now, Bradley Navarro, the leadoff hitter, will climb into the righty box with runners on the corners and 1 out. First pitch is a curveball beneath the zone. It looked like he almost went around, but the appeal to Chris Maher says he did not. So it'll be a 1-0 count. Riptide only down by 1 now. It's 2-1. And, well, it's win or move on right now. Riptide, if they lose this game, they're going home. The Saints will go to play the Oaks. 1-0 is hit hard down the third base line, but just foul. Grazes past Jack Salmon, who was well off the third base bag. He was ready to score on any sort of contact here with 1 out.
Best hitter in the lineup by far. Bradley Navarro's at the plate. He's been kept quiet today, and it seems like it's only a matter of time before he's due.
32-game on-base streak, 6-game hit streak, 15 RBIs, and the 1-1 misses outside. He's been the man at every single spot for this Riptide team. Was an all-star, and it was pretty obvious why. Really just hadn't done anything wrong in the first half. Still yet to get on base today, though. 2-1. It's a curveball which catches the roof of the zone, so it'll even the count at 2. Riptide down by 1. It's 2-1 right now as the ball is thrown away. Turner throws it to first for no reason. Over the head of Medella. Easily coming across to score is Salmon. Medella's throw to third over to Ryan is not in time. Hunsaker gets into third. The Riptide have just tied this game on one of the more odd plays you'll see. Turner just threw to first because Hunsaker, it seemed, was looking down. Still on the first base bag, though. Who was looking down as well? Medella, the first baseman. So now the score is evened at 2. With a runner on third in Riley Hunsaker with 1 out. Bradley Navarro still in a 2-2 count. Turner will set at the belt, and the 2-2 is hit chopped over the head of the second baseman one more time of Freer. Rolls into right field. Hunsaker comes around to score. Just like that, the Riptide are up 3-2.
Well, the infield was in, and a high bounce over the head of the second baseman Freer over there. Another one comes across, and just like that, the Riptide, their first lead of the ball game, and Navarro gets it done.
So with 1 out, Navarro will take a lead off the first base bag. Turner has finally a little bit of sweat pouring down his forehead. Now down by 1. It's 3-2, the Riptide over the Saints. First pitch to Evans is a curveball in the roof of the zone for strike number 1, an 0-1 count. And finally, an arm thrown around for the Saints as well in their bullpen. Riptide are fired up right now. Everyone on the fence of the bullpen and the dugout. 0-1 is fouled back into the right. Evans is in an 0-2 count now, and he hasn't had the best day so far. Grounded into an inning-ending double play in the third. Also, ground out to Ryan in the first inning over there at third base. He's in an 0-2 count with 1 out now. Farr takes his lead off first. And the 0-2 is fouled back into the right one more time into the parking lot. So Evans will see an 0-2 again. And it really is this 5th inning for the Riptide. It feels like every single time that's when they strike. 0-2 to Evans. Is swung on and missed. Outside here gets the second out of the inning. And the crowd falls a little bit silent, but the Riptide's still up by 1 right now. It's 3-2, and they got an out to go with Cutter Dans coming up to the plate.
After all the damage that the Riptide does, Cody Turner comes back, gets a strikeout from Jake Evans. Just needs one more to get out of this inning, but It's not easy doing it against Carter Dance, who's just been a really good hitter all summer long for Orange County.
6 strikeout on the day for Turner. The only way he's been able to get an out in this inning. Went single, strikeout. RBI, single, strikeout. First pitch to Dance. It's a fastball top of the zone for strike number 1. It'll be an 0-1 count toward the left-hander who looks back toward Blanchard. Wasn't sure exactly where that hit it looked like. He was wondering where it caught the zone. Now get white stick up by his ear. And the 0-1. Misses low and outside with the fastball as Vasquez has to get out of his stance and block it down. So a 1-1 count to Dance. Navarro still on first. 2 outs in this bottom of 5. Riptide up 3-2. 4 hits in this inning already. 1-1. Curveball drops right down the middle for strike number 2. So a 1-2 count to Dance. Already struck out today, but a single as well. Didn't stay on the base paths for too long as he was caught stealing shortly after that. Turner, a great pickoff move, threw it over to Mandela, and it was over after that. 1-2. He swung on and missed strike 3. A huge strikeout from Cody Turner. That's the only way he was able to get outs in that 5th inning, but the Riptide, 4 hits, 3 runs. They're now leading by 1. The story has flipped. It's 3-2, the Riptide lead over the Saints in this bottom of 5.